What's up, it's your boy. Once again for character appreciation. Super tired, we've been working hard today. We're still at work, but there's no more work, we're waiting for it to eat. This today is gonna be about one of my favorite all-time character. It's about the one and only Vegeta, Prince of All Saiyan, from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball Kai. Um, Vegeta is presented as a protagonist, which is the case of most of Goku ally when you think about it. Piccolo, Vegeta, and okay, there's only two, but still, Vegeta comes as this super cocky guy, destined for vengeance, destined for, and it's kind of crazy because the first time we meet Vegeta, he's trying to recruit Saiyans. This is the mentality of Vegeta, which is leading to this downfall, right? So Vegeta has this Saiyan pride, which he thinks that Saiyan, and he's probably right. The Saiyans are the strongest race in the universe. So what he does is planet Vegeta, which was his father kingdom, was destroyed. So Vegeta goes to planet to planet, and then he looks for Saiyan to recruit them for a war against Frieza because he thinks that with Saiyans he could win a war. And the first thing he does on Earth is he kills Nappa, which is another Saiyan. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. Vegeta is this bad guy, but you see, it's kind of weird because when you think about it, Vegeta isn't really a bad guy. He wants vengeance on Frieza, which is fair, and he wants to have Goku because he sees Goku as a strong guy. And even when he kills Nappa, it could be because he thinks Nappa is a weakness of his, and it could be like a flaw in battle. So you see Kakarot and see potential, so he's trying to beat Kakarot so he can kind of like, if you want, enslave him. And he was like, okay, well, Kakarot, you're gonna follow me, right? So then Goku defeat him. We see him like once again in the second arc, which is the Frieza arc, which is the Namekian arc. This time he is also a villain, but you understand that he needs the help of Gohan. And this is the first. This is a very small shift in character. This is a very small shift. It kind of takes care of Gohan more than Krillin because Gohan is half a Saiyan. So it's like, yo, you're not full Saiyan, but you're half a Saiyan, so you're kind of cool, you're kind of good, right? And it's kind of cool because this is, again, one of his first shifts that you don't need to be fully Saiyan if you have some Saiyan in you. I'm willing to make a compromise, and this is something that we never saw Vegeta did. Vegeta is such a good character because even so early as in the Namekian saga, we see him get destroyed by Frieza and tell Goku, "You're the only hope," willing to put aside his pride as long as one of the Saiyan wins. Putting the Saiyan's cause in front of his own. There's also times where he does some really evil stuff and he has to be healed up, and then he decides to be he asks for help, but since he does some evil deeds, sorry, I can't talk. Since he did some evil deed, he gets refused, and that's the first time he's gonna ask the question, fuck, am I doing something wrong? Why am I not getting healed? So it brings him to be questioning himself. We see him again in the Cell Saga. So Vegeta is one of the most important characters. You're gonna see him in all four arcs. I'm not gonna talk about GT because I don't know GT. I'm gonna talk about Super because I don't know Super. I'm gonna talk about Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, the 42 volumes of Dragon Ball. In the Cell Saga, we see Vegeta very different than Vegeta. We see him as more passive, more on Earth because he knows that Goku is there. He knows that he has to protect, and it's kind of cool because we don't know. Everybody thinks Goku is dead, so Vegeta is training, and it could be to defend the Earth as a favor to Goku. We see him meet with Trunks and stuff like that. We truly see. So it's kind of funny because to me, in my opinion, the two main character of Dragon Ball are Goku and Vegeta. Goku is pretty straightforward, pretty straight and narrow path. You can see him growing as a person, but all in all, it's always gonna be on the same path. Vegeta has the ups and downs. So, for example, in this Cell Saga, we see him meet his son Trunks and try to have a family. Understand that having a family is all bad. It's crazy because if it wasn't for future Trunks, it would be a Trunks. So meaning in the future Trunks, the potential of being a father, the potential of having this pride in his son makes him have a kid, and we see a very flawed. So in the Namekian saga, Vegeta got cocky. It doesn't cross the line, right? In the Cell saga, he crossed the line by helping Cell get power up, and he becomes stronger than Goku for a couple of seconds, and for a couple of episodes. But soon enough, we understand that Goku already passed that level, and it's kind of fun because we see Vegeta achieve like goals and achieve as a person. You see him as being that strong, and it's kind of crazy because Vegeta completely gives up. my gosh, I'm telling you, anime is my life. I get emotional. We see a lot of people think that Vegeta most assholeish moments were in the Cell saga. I disagree. There's a moment where Cell is perfect form, and Vegeta gave up on the fight, and then Cell attacks Trunks, and Vegeta knows gonna lose, but he has enough love for his son to sacrifice himself for his son, something he would have not done in the Namekian saga and the Urge saga, even in Majin Buu saga, which is the last saga. We see him as willing to sacrifice everything to become strong. We see him as not being able. And it's kind of sad because a lot of people are going to say, well, Vegeta's an asshole. But I don't think it comes from a place of wanting to be stronger than Goku. I think it comes from a place of not being able to accept the fact that he's weaker than Goku. It eats at him, it destroys him. And I think there's a lot of selfishness in Vegeta, but I think the act of becoming Majin Vegeta, which is a character that is completely evil, I think there's a lot of selflessness in that. I think he does that because he doesn't want to. He wants to keep fighting, but he doesn't want to leave Bulma and Trunks. You understand that if he doesn't give up that control, he will never leave them. You know, and then he sacrificed himself, and you understand that Vegeta, it might have been flawed, but there was some quality to it. You know, I cannot think of any flaw of Goku except for he is too trusting. I can see plenty of flaws, Vegeta, but I can see plenty of quality. And I think as a character as a whole, I think Vegeta is better because Vegeta has flaw and quality. And I think you cannot have light versus dark. You cannot have light without dark, and you can have darkness. There's no light. Vegeta represents both. To me, is a better protagonist. Vegeta represents what it is to make sacrifice, to be flawed. And I'm repeating the flaw thing, but it's kind of crazy that the Akira, which is the writer of Dragon Ball, wrote this character to be this perfect Saiyan, but instead he is one of the most flawed character ever. So it's kind of cool to see that he has this denial. I just love Vegeta.